Welcome back. Today we're going to be taking a look at our on-call tab of the ProComm web service. In previous videos we had taken a look at our login, taken a detailed look at our inbox, a detail of our directory. Now we're on to our on-call. So once we click on the on-call tab, there's going to be a few different things that we see here. One of the biggest things that kind of catches our eyes is calendar here. If we notice, we have different colors on our calendar. We have green, orange, and red. The green means we have a 100% complete schedule. Orange means it's partial, and red means that we have no one assigned to our on call. So we want to do our best to go in and make sure that we have all of our dates in green. So we'll take a look at that. We'll go here to the 6th and see what's going on while we only have a orange schedule here. And it looks like, just quickly looking here in the middle of our screen, that we have a couple different shifts assigned, but we have one here, our backup, that's not assigned for 4-6 to 4-7. So let's take a look and see what we can do to fix that. The first thing we want to do is make sure that we understand how the shifts actually work. This date here, 4-6, 8 a.m. to 4-7, 8 a.m. This is actually Monday the 6th at 8 a.m. first thing in the morning till Tuesday the 7th, 8 a.m. This is actually Monday night's on call. At ProComm, we prefer to have a 24 hour shift per day. That way, if there's inclement weather, holiday, something happens at your office where the phones get transferred to ProComm, you have staff meeting, whatever, based on your protocol, we can get messages to the on-call person. So we always want to have a 100% complete schedule. I know some of our clients say, hey, our on-call runs from 5 p.m. to 7 a.m. So we just want to have that 5 p to 7 a schedule. But at ProComm, we want to have a 24-hour schedule just for those reasons we just mentioned. So once we get our head wrapped around this, it's pretty easy. 4-6, 8 a.m., that's Monday night's on call. So what we would do is just highlight with our cursor the backup shift. From our resources, we would pull in. It looks like Joseph Chandler is going to be on call for our backup. So we double click his name, puts it right in the system for us. So that's complete. So we jump here to the next day, the 7th. Looks like we need to put our backup in again. Joe's going to be again on call. Move on over here to the 8th. Just click in our calendar the day of the 8th. There again, our backup is incomplete. 4-8 to 4-9. That's Wednesday night. Just double click Joseph Chandler again. He's going to be our backup. So if we want to go in and put these shifts in, kind of in a block, what we would do is we'd highlight our shift 4-9 to 4-10. That's Thursday night. We'd use our toolbar, go up here to assign. Joseph Chandler is going to be on call the 9th. He's going to be on call the rest of this week. So what we would do is we would use our keyboard and press the control button. We would click on the 10th, click on the 11th, still holding our control button down on our keyboard. Highlight these days, go here to save, go back to our calendar. Looks like it put it in there, so that's great. We have a 100% complete schedule here. So let's jump down to the next week on the 12th. Let's look at our on call. Looks like Lisa Walters was on call the 11th, which is Saturday night. So we want to maintain our on call here. Go up here to assign. There again, use our control button, go down to our calendar on our keyboard, controls held down, clicking the button here, highlighting this week. Looks like we want to have Selena Segal on. Oops, looks like we lost our days here. So we want to make sure we have our contacts selected first before we go through and highlight those days. So Selena Segal is going to be on the 12th. Hold our control button down on our keyboard, 13th, 14th, 15th, 16th, 17th, and 18th. So go in here, hit save, and it's going to update. So we're going to put that in there. Some folks prefer to look at this calendar. It kind of gets a little bit confusing when we have lots of different roles and shifts. We can use our toolbar again, go up here. We can uncheck the backup and just have on call. apply filter, so we can go in here easily and just maintain our own call if we want to. We can activate our filter again and just do backup, apply filter. We can go in here and do our own call, our backup. Go back in here. We want to watch both shifts. So say for instance that Friday night the 10th, make sure we get our correct shift. For the on-call, we want to change this where Lisa Walters has a prior engagement and she needs someone to cover for her just for a few hours. She's going to do the on-call, kind of middle of the night just like she's supposed to, but for a few hours she needs someone to cover for her. So we'll go up here to the override, 4/10/2015 from 6 p.m. Friday night the 10th to 9 p.m. Kevin Alexander is going to cover her shift. So we'll go here to save, go back to our calendar. It updates. Looks like we're overridden, so we want to make sure that we kind of get our mind wrapped around this. So 4/10 Friday night from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Kevin Alexander is going to be on call. So at the service we know that Kevin is covering for Lisa. So you can go in there and do that for any day of the week that you need to cover those shifts for you. Once we get our calendar built, we can go in and look at this in a day view, week view, month view. Once we look at it at a month view, the month view kind of gets a little bit complicated here. Let's go back in and filter this. We just want to see the on-call, apply filter. Now we're just looking at our on-call, so we can print this out, put it in the back so everybody knows what's going on. Look at everything. We can search by available shifts. We can look at this in a spreadsheet by shift. Lots of different things we can play with here. Look at our different schedules, leave comments, refresh. So we can do all that. I prefer the list view. It just makes it easier to go in and look at this in list view with my calendar here with my colors. I prefer that. Whatever you prefer, you can definitely do that. So we've looked at the assigned, we've looked at override. Now I just want to look at unassigned. For whatever reason, Lisa has decided she's going to cover all her shifts again for this Friday night the 10th, so I can unassign Kevin Alexander for covering for her. Takes that off. Lisa's back on call from 8 a.m. Friday morning to Saturday the 11th, 8 a.m. That's Friday night on call. She's back on her shift. So that's the unassigned. Different options here on our toolbar. Now the one thing we haven't covered here is the new edit, copy, and delete. What this is this is the actual shifts. And you can go in and build a new shift or edit a shift, copy, delete a shift. If you don't mind, allow ProComm to maintain the shifts for you. The reason we do this is because when we go in and build these shifts, we can build the shift for you and we can build it out for months and years to come. So you want to allow ProComm to do that for you. If you go in here and do it yourself, sometimes we've had folks get a little bit confused when building these shifts and kind of get things a little bit complicated. And also when you build it from here, it only makes it for a couple days. So just if you don't mind, allow ProComm to to take a look at that for you. So that's the on-call tab of the answering service. Please feel free to let us know if you need additional help. We'll be happy to do what we can for you. Thanks for watching.